get the car where they wanted it to be.
Those aren't perfect circumstances, obviously, and so a bit of a compromise. You got two drivers. They have no two drivers are the same, and you know, we talk a lot about that first adjustment. Why the first adjustment's so critical, particularly at a short track like this, is because their last reference, this is their first adjustment since they were practicing in the sunlight. So as the track's cooling down, the car's changing dramatically.
Trevor Bayne in the 99 out in front of Kyle Busch. In fact, Bayne has led 48 laps tonight. That's more laps than he's ever led in a Nationwide Series race before. As you see Keselowski challenging now in the 33 of Hornaday. Keselowski and Hornaday battling for third.
Tell you what, I got to give a shout out to Trevor. I mean, he's hanging tough. He's looking really good. These guys have not rattled his cage at all. He's been strong. He's been driving this car right. And Bayne's been up front. I mean, him and Kyle Busch most of the time. And I tell you what, he's roughed it up with Kyle. He's done a good job hanging on.
He has, Rusty. And I got to agree with you. The point you made a few minutes ago is that this air pressure, I think, did get the best of Kyle. As the tires are building up, the car seems to be coming back to life. And it's going to get exciting, I think, among four drivers here real shortly.
Well, that's a great battle right there. You got 1 and 2, Bayne and Busch, and 3 and 4 is Keselowski and Hornaday. Not hard to find good battles on this short track. But right now, Trevor Bayne is in front at O'Reilly Raceway Park. Back at O'Reilly Raceway Park, race number 20 on the NASCAR Nationwide Series season schedule, and Kyle Busch has retaken the lead from Trevor Bayne. And let's take a look at this pass. He worked him and worked him and worked him and finally got him.
Oh, Kyle Busch, he hasn't roughed him up at all, but boys look close many times, just like you said, working on the inside. He's not spinning tires up off the corner. Right there, it just squirts right through the center, and then the car slows down a little bit. Trevor gets back to him. But you know, that's all you had to do is just get down in these long corners, stab the throttle once, jump out there, and that was enough to give him the pass.
Well, Ricky, Trevor bobbled one time, and he got eaten up right away. Not just Kyle Busch, but Hornaday got him, Keselowski got him, and he dropped 2 or 3 positions real quick.
There's no shame to losing a position to Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday, or Brad Keselowski. He's getting some great experience. And Rusty, you made a great point during the commercial when we were talking. You know, you have short-run cars and long-run cars. And what that means is that a car might run fast for 30 laps, but if you have that, you're going to have to give something up on the other end. You can see the 99 is doing that.
It is. And you know what they want both, Ricky. They want to have a long-run car and a short-run car. And I wouldn't doubt if they get down to like 10 laps to go and they throw some tires on this thing, they might pump the air pressure up just a little bit so it run quicker.
Ron Hornaday and that Kevin Harvick car, the 33, has just taken over second place. And we mentioned that when the 99 and Trevor Bayne bobbled, Hornaday took advantage of it. And that's a veteran move right there. Got up underneath the 99, and he's won here in the Nationwide Series. He's won here in the Truck Series. When Kevin Harvick steps out of the seat and he puts a guy like Ron Hornaday in it, you know, you're not losing a whole lot. Shannon Spake is following the 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Ron Hornaday winning last night in the Truck Series truck race, as we've already discussed. I spoke with his crew chief, Ernie Koch, earlier today. He told me the truck wasn't that good until they came down on a lap 86 and made an air pressure adjustment, and then the truck really took off. Well, guys, guess what the 33 did on that last pit stop? Yep, they made an air pressure adjustment, and right now Ron Hornaday is really taking off on the racetrack.
Well, if Hornaday would happen to win tonight, a Truck and Nationwide Series sweep in the same weekend, not like it's never been done before. Kyle Busch has done it 4 times. Greg Biffle's done it once before, but it'd still be a heck of an accomplishment. As you see the series points leader, Brad Keselowski, dive down underneath the 33 of Hornaday. Look at this battle. Keselowski digging.
Yeah, but Kevin Harvick's got the right guy behind the wheel right now to hold Brad off. Hornaday won this truck race, like we said. He knows how to do it. And Kevin Harvick was here the other night, but I don't think he's here tonight running that big race at the Brickyard. He needs to be back at home with his PJs on, watching him, getting ready for that big race tomorrow. But he's got the right guy driving that 33.
Eric Almirola had some problems on pit road, lost 5 spots. He's gaining those back on the track. You love to see that. That's a show of strength with his car.
Trevor Bayne has slipped back to 4th, and that was Almirola in 5th, putting a little pressure on. But here's a tight one, as it looked like a little loose rear end there by Hornaday. But Keselowski still being held at bay. That's the battle for second.
We've been dominated all day about the probation and the penalties. But as it relates to Brad Keselowski, probation doesn't exist. All he's focused on right now is hitting his marks, getting back to the accelerator, letting the car drift. It does not exist right now, and it will not exist until the checkered flag flies.
You know, when you're trying to get the fastest lap around the racetrack and get your car handling good and talking to your crew about the setup, the last thing that's on your mind is probation. It does become on your mind when you run into somebody. Then you think about it, but not right now.
So on the left side, you got the battle for second there between Ron Hornaday and Brad Keselowski. And then on the right side is the 88 of Eric Almirola and Trevor Bayne. That's the battle for fourth.
We talked about what gets you in trouble on short tracks. Another thing that will get you in trouble is when you feel like a driver in front of you is holding you up, right? And you feel like I'm much faster than him and he's just holding me back. That may or may not be the case here with Ron Hornaday and Brad Keselowski, but it's an element, and you're going to see here, if you can get along beside me, typically, you earned it, and Hornaday surrendered.
Keselowski just worked him and worked him and worked him, and finally when they came off turn 2 there, made the pass, and so now Keselowski comes across the start-finish line in second as he heads down into 1 and 2. Keselowski on the chase. He's chasing last year's series champion, Kyle Busch. O'Reilly Raceway Park. Let's get caught up on what's happened so far with the 5-hour Energy Rapid recap. We had them stacking up at the start, the 98, the 88, Keselowski, but the man who got the worst damage was that guy, the 38 of Jason Leffler. And you know, we talked about probation between Keselowski and Edwards. Man, they battled early tonight, and they were side by side, lap after lap, but they stayed clean, and that's been the key. Trevor Bayne led from the pole early on. In fact, he's led more than 50 laps tonight, but Kyle Busch got past him, and Kyle has owned the front for the most laps this evening. He's been out front for 62 laps. And Ron Hornaday, last night's truck winner, he's in the mix as well. A good battle there with Brad Keselowski. Hornaday currently running third. And now the yellow waves. We've got debris on the track and a caution. It lets everybody take their breath a little bit, right?
Yeah, and also this is a key pit stop right here. This racetrack has went through its complete transition now. They made one pit stop. They know if they were right or wrong in that last stop. Now these guys need to correct it, and I'll tell you why. This race is flying by. We're already 120 laps into 200, and they know they got to get it right now because they might not have many chances left, Vince.
We had that long green flag run at the start, and you got to anticipate that maybe this is the last chance you're going to get.
They've used one set of tires. They've got 3 to work with. I expect they're going to use the second set here.
So again, the caution is for debris, just the second caution that we've had tonight, and Mike Bliss is going to get that free pass in the 40 car. The first caution was the 10 car, the Braun Racing car. Derek Griffin got into the wall right here along the front straight.
Well, Ricky, look at all the debris on top of the racetrack. You want to get high here, but not that high. If you get those right side tires up in that stuff, you can't get it off. You see this car slipping and sliding, going to the back of the pack when they get too high. It takes them about 2 or 3 laps to get that junk off your tire. But on a short track, that's pretty common.
It is, and you can hear it first. You can hear it beat on the inside of the crush panels, and you can get away with that. But after that is when you get a little higher, and that's when you hit the wall. You slide and hit the wall, and you say, "Won't do that again."
How many times have you done that? You said, "I got a flat tire. I got a flat tire." And the crew chief says, "Stay going. Make sure."
Can't count that high.
They're starting to peel off. The 18 of Kyle Busch is the leader. Mike Massaro.
Vince, Jason Ratcliffe asked Kyle what he needs. He said he still needs to turn a little bit better. They're going to pull a spring rubber from the left rear. Also, they're going to make an air pressure adjustment. 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel on the leader's car. Otherwise, Kyle pretty happy with his machine. Rick?
Trevor Bayne at one point thought he may have even had a tire going down the rear and was so loose. They're going to make some track bar adjustments, air pressure adjustments in the front. He says it's loose in and loose off. They're afraid of doing too much, though, because they don't want to lose too much. Shannon?
Ron Hornaday in the 33 center of your screen says, "I need to roll the center." It's going to be 4 tires air pressure for Ron Hornaday. At the bottom, your points leader, Brad Keselowski, they've told him rain is about 20 miles away. They're going to take 4 tires air pressure and track bar for Brad Keselowski.
Now the race off pit road. Look at the movers. Michael Annett took 2 and picked up 10 spots. The 40 was the lucky dog, and these guys are maybe going to the end, huh? NASCAR Nationwide action at O'Reilly Raceway Park. Back at O'Reilly Raceway Park. Baseball tonight coming up next. And, of course, tomorrow night it's the Cubs and the Cardinals. There's some good rivalries there. If it was racing, that'd be some rubbing, wouldn't it? Cardinals and the Cubs. Lou Piniella in his final year as a manager of the Cubs. The Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays on